I'm Maarten Stapper, farming systems agronomist with experience in 4 continents, having seen environmental impacts on food production, like wheat crops were my specialty, my love. Good wheat production systems, efficient wheat production systems. And in that process I came to the point that we have to get a healthy soil for good food production. As an independent agronomist, I am now keen to support the biological farming development. For me it's important to join this direction because this is the most efficient way to get the knowledge established from experts, from experienced farmers, because they are more important than the science world, because it's the practice application that's important, and I as a scientist can then help analyze that practical application to see what rules we can make out of that for use in other locations. With the Farming Secrets we'll have farm walks where we go to properties to look in detail the whole aspect of their farm, where they come from. So we look at the landscape, because each management has to fit in a landscape. We use different tools in different landscapes. So on those farms we look at the landscape, and then of course trees, shelter belts, if you work with animals, very important. But also in cropping, that we need shelter belts to stop the wind having an impact on big areas. So we adapt the microclimate to the local situation, that we minimize water losses and very high temperatures in the soil. So we look at the big picture, and then we go to paddocks, and in paddocks we look at how the plants grow, how the roots grow, how deep the roots go, and with the carbon in the soil, whether we see any humus development. And of course the big indicator, the worms, how many worms in a spade, and whether we see worm casting on the surface, because worms are an important part of making new soil, regenerating soil. And we will see farms that have made new soil. We see worm castings on top of leaves in a pasture, so that's making new soil. And then of course we look at the animals, animal health. We talk about the impact of a well-balanced paddock. Yes, so then we talk about where they come from and how long they have been on biological farming and the process that led them to the biological farming. Because that's very important, the motivation. Why did you go this way? Why did you stop using all the chemicals and fertilizers? What was the reason to go to biological farming? Because many of you are in desperate need and high risks and anxieties about production all the time, and having to make big loans to start a program to buy the chemical fertilizers and the protection. So the farmers we talk with, they are so at ease and happy with their current system that we can get that satisfaction, the love of the land again, that they want to stay farming because they have fun, they are empowered to do it. So I'll take you on some of the trips to farms to show on those farms how they have achieved a more sustainable farming with healthy soils, and how they manage those crazy critters in the soil to their benefit, that they can be profitable. So on those trips to farms you will hear passionate farmers talking about their properties and how they talk with their neighbors and how they spread the word about their good farming, because they're so confident and empowered by that, and they love their land again. And like you see examples also of like that the worst paddock is then taken as a challenge for the biological farming to prove. And some of those farmers that in the first year they already see such big differences that they start working on their whole farm in that process. So falling in love with your farming again is the main benefit of following the Farming Secrets, and look behind the secrets to see what you can do. So in conclusion, what we are doing at Farming Secrets, we are connecting all the links in our complex farming system to make it profitable. We are building a healthy soil, and on that healthy soil we have a good cropping system, pasture system with animals, all the links feeding together, but it goes back to the soil as the foundation of our farming system for profitable farming and a good sustainable future for our next generations, that we improve the soil beyond what we were expecting could be possible.